For more on the situation in Gaza, I'm now joined by our correspondent Yusuf Al-Hilu in Gaza. Yusuf, Gaza commercial crossings are supposed to be reopened this morning. What is the situation near the crossings?
Yes, Mehrdad. Today is the 11th day of the Egyptian brokered truce between Hamas and Israel, which began on the 19th of this month. The current crossing between Gaza and Israel is expected to be reopened by Israel today for the transfer of goods into the besieged Gaza Strip after 5 days of closure. There is relative calm near the border areas, and tens of trucks are waiting in lines to collect the goods into Gaza.
What's the situation in the Rafah crossing? I mean, any speculations as to when it's going to be reopened?
Well, Hamas said the reopening of the Rafah crossing, which has been closed for more than a year so far, depends on the European monitors to be present in the crossing. Israel, on its part, said the reopening of the Rafah crossing is linked to the release of the Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit.
Now, give me a sense of what people there are feeling. It must be quite frustrating. Before the reopening of the crossings, everybody must have felt really good, but now all the frustration arising from Israel's failure to allow goods and commercial stuff to get in.
Yes, of course. I mean, people are pessimistic. They lost hope, and they believe that Israel is not interested in the truce. And the truce is shaky, fragile, and may collapse at any time. Today is the 11th day, and Israel was supposed to totally lift the blockade of Gaza and to reopen all commercial crossings, including the Rafah crossing. Gaza is still suffering due to the lack of goods and medicines and fuel. Fuel is still limited, and gas stations are still closed, and people are trapped in Gaza, cannot leave Gaza for any reason.
Now, Israel's army said that a rocket or mortar shell has been fired from Gaza last night. Will Israel take this reported attack as a pretext to perhaps keep the crossings closed?
Yes, Israel said that any breach of the ceasefire agreement by firing homemade rockets or mortar shells will be dealt with accordingly. And it's actually saying it will deal with this violation by again resealing the crossing. Each time a rocket lands in Israel for 3 days, the crossing will remain closed. Now, Hamas movement is stressed its commitment to the truce. Hamas official in Gaza, he said that his movement will move against any armed group that attempts to violate the ceasefire with Israel, including members of Hamas and Islamic Jihad. He also added that Hamas has recently arrested gunmen who fired missiles at the Karni crossings, as well as trucks carrying goods that passed through the crossings. So Hamas stressed its commitment to the truce and called on all other resistance factions to exercise self-restraint.
Press TV's correspondent in Gaza, Yusuf Al-Hilu, many thanks there.